How's it guys, Jack here from Pure Creative Designs, and first off I just want to apologise for being so inactive, and thank you for all of you for sticking with me. Not going to go into detail why I had that, but it's just a bit of problems through my life, but I'm back on track now, and hopefully I can start making a lot more tutorials again. So this tutorial is going to be on looking at creating the custom YouTube layout, like the one you see in front of you. But this one, as you can see, is for the brand new YouTube layout that has come out not that long ago. But I thought I'd show you how to create a custom one that'll fit your channel. As you can see, this one here, this is perfectly set out to fit my channel. And yeah, I'm going to show you how to create one just like this. So how we create this type of thing is, if you ever watched my old tutorial on the old YouTube layout, it's a series of screenshots to create this actual effect like so. And I'll just show you quite quickly how to get one that looks like this. This is probably the longer way of doing this, but I'd say it's more accurate to getting the exact sort of custom design that'll fit your channel absolutely perfectly. So people might do it a different way, but this is my way, and I'm going to show you quite quickly how to create a custom YouTube layout. So this one here, what it is, it's made up of two things. It's made up of the actual the big bar, that's the actual channel itself, and we have a background layer. With the old YouTube layout, you used to be able to change the transparency. You could just see a background and then some of the stuff on top. But with this new YouTube layer out, you'll only be able to see this one. So when you want to edit stuff inside of Photoshop, you're just going to be editing stuff on the background. So what I can show you now is just two little designs I've just created just before this for the purpose of this tutorial. And this will just be showing a couple of things. So as you can see, this one is a Modern Warfare 3 design. It's just using a couple of gradients, some smoke and some text to create this type of effect to the background. As you can see, it's quite nice. As you can see, these backgrounds are quite like a golden effect. It's got the smoke with the particles, and also the three little lines coming off the side into the gradient, which gives it quite a nice effect. Okay, so back onto the tutorial now. What we're going to do is we're going to go to your internet browser, and as you can see, I am on my channel here. So make sure you're signed in and go to your channel, and once we're here, this is where we can start getting the actual layout sorted. So first off, if you have a background image, I'd make sure when you're on your own channel, right click on it and choose View Background Image, and if I was you, I'd right click and save it somewhere to your desktop or maybe your documents, wherever, just in case you don't have it already on your computer. And the reason why we're going to do this is so we can re-upload it later, because what we're going to do now is when you're signed in, go to Edit Channel. We're going to get rid of the background image and make sure that the background is either white or black. I'm just going to leave it as black, and then once we've done that, I'm just going to click Finish Editing. So now we have the just this black background on the outside. This will make editing a lot easier for us. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to come up to the top, Control C, I'm just going to copy this link here. I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to click Sign Out. Okay, so once it's signed out, I'm going to go back and paste that URL straight back in. So I'm back to my site. So the reason why we're doing this is so we can see everything that the viewer would see when they come to view your channel. Okay, so what we're going to do now is when I'm scrolled all the way to the top, I'm going to go Control Alt Print Screen. That's going to obviously take a print screen of what we're seeing exactly now, and I'm going to go into Photoshop. I'm going to go to File, New, and what this is going to do is it's going to set the width to your screen resolution and obviously the height as well. It's going to set both to your screen resolution of the size of the screenshot. So as you can see, mine's 1600 by 860. Yours might be whatever your screen resolution of your computer screen, monitor, whatever is like taken, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to click OK, and first off we're going to go to Image. We're going to go to Canvas Size, and we're going to set the height to around 3000 pixels. The reason why we're doing this is so that we can get everything from our channel inside. We're just going to make it bigger, so we just have a bit of excess space. Okay, so onto here, Control V, and we're going to paste that in there. So as you can see, this is a screenshot we just taken. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I need to remove this top, the headery bit that is obviously part of the Firefox, because we're not really going to want that there. So what I'm going to do is grab the rectangular marquee tool. I'm just going to zoom in and I'm going to highlight over this, like so, and then delete it. Okay, as you can see we have the scroll on the side as well, so what I'm going to do there is I'm going to crop out this so we have it the perfect size, so it'll just get rid of that. So we grab the crop tool and take it from the top, and I'm just going to try move it into place. No, it's not going to do it, so I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom and let go. Then I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to grab the little point on the side and just drag it in so it's right in line with where that scroller was. As you can see, I'm just a tiny bit off, so I'm just going to scroll back down, grab this, and it should snap. Let's have a look. Go back up. Nope, a little bit off again. And then it should just, there we are, snapped into place there. Okay, so if we scroll up. Still, what's it doing? There we are, that'll do. And then once you've got it, so you've eliminated the scroller part on the side, we're just going to click the checkbox. And as you can see now, it is perfectly into place. So what we're going to do is get back to our selection tool, and we're going to drag this to the top of the page. So that is our first screenshot done. And we're going to have to take the series more to correct this out. So I'm going to go back to Firefox. So as you can see, I've just got the top of this video in picture here. So I'm going to scroll down until we can see just the top of that picture again. So it was around here, we could just see the actual title. So once I'm here, Control-Alt Print Screen, back into Photoshop. Oops, just brought open my recorder there. Control-V, and paste that back in. Okie doke, like so. I'm going to get the rectangular marquee tool again and get rid of this header, or whatever it's called, and just get rid of it, because it does not need to be there. Okay, like so. Right. So what I'm going to do now to get this perfectly aligned is we're just going to drag it up a little bit, and I'm going to, on the actual layer of the screenshot we've just taken, I'm going to lower the opacity to around 50% so we can see through this a bit. And I'm going to zoom in so I can see quite well onto this text. Working with text is probably the best thing you can do to get everything aligned. So what I'm going to use is my arrow keys on my keyboard, and I'm just going to keep pressing up and then try get this so this text is completely into place, like so. There we go. I'm just going to zoom out, and then I'm going to grab the opacity, take it all the way back up to 100%, and that means that our screenshot is completely in place as it would be when you're looking at the YouTube layout itself. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fast forward this for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. It's just all it is going to be doing that process again, and then just carry on doing it until I have finished. Okay. Okay, so as you can see now I have got that perfectly into place, and as you can see it looks exactly like my YouTube layout would in a browser. Okay, so as you can see I've just got a little bit left over at the bottom here, so we're going to grab that crop tool again. I'm just going to drag down until we get rid of that. Like so, and check that. Okay, so now we have it completely perfectly set out. We're just going to merge some of these layers over at the side here, so because all these are the screenshots. So what we're going to do is click on the top one, hold shift down, and then click on the bottom one, right click and merge layers, so this just becomes all one image now. Okay, so if I go back to this YouTube layout, as you can see here I do have these rulers set up, and the reason why is when the screenshot's been taken, these rulers are indicating where the side of my browser is. So when I'm editing I can understand how far stuff's going to come out. So obviously looking at my browser, some people have bigger screen resolution, so they're going to be able to see further out. But the reason why is some people don't actually have that bigger screen size, so the reason why I put put them there is just to work around as a boundary, and then if I go over it's fine, but the reason why is so I want to keep in the inside of here so more people can see the actual design that I'm creating. Okay, so if we go back to the one that we've just created now, I'm going to go to image, canvas size, and I'm going to set the width to around, let's go for 2000 pixels for now. We can always get rid of that later on. Okay, that's fine, that'll do. Okay, so when we have this black edge set up, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the rulers. If you don't have them up, just hold down Control and then press R, and then as you can see, the rulers have been set up now. So we're going to click here, drag out, and we're just going to snap it to the side of these edges, like so. I might create a little bit more space. So if we go to image, canvas size, I'm going to set the width to 2500 pixels, like so. Just gives us a bit more space to work with. Okay, so when we have this, we're going to leave the background white for now. We are going to fill that with black, but as you can see, we have the black still surrounding the side of the document. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to grab the magic wand tool. If you don't have that open, it might look like the quick selection tool. Just click and hold down and then choose the magic wand tool. We're going to click on the outside so it just grabs all this black edge and hit delete. So now we're just left with the middle part, like so. So back to the background layer, I'm just going to unlock it, and then I'm going to press D on my keyboard. That's just going to reset my foreground and background color. So I'm going to hit Alt and then the backspace key, and that's going to fill that in with my foreground color. If you do that Control and backspace, it's going to fill it with your background color. It's the little tip there. So because my foreground color is black, I'm going to click, hold down Alt and then backspace. Okay, so now we have this like as you can see now, we need to get rid of all this inside of here, so you can get it completely blank like so. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the actual top little bar, as you can see here, with the name, the subscribe button, and your views. And what I'm going to do is, it's quite a simple process. I'm going to grab the rectangular marquee tool again, and we're going to take a selection of this top header of the blank part of it. Okay, making sure that we're perfectly lined up at the bottom, like here, so. And once we've got that, we're going to go to Edit, Copy Merged. Then we're going to Control D to deselect. Sorry, just make sure you're on your selection tool. Control D to deselect, and we're going to press Control V. So that pastes that in. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag it so it's over this side of the document. As you can see, I've taken too much of a selection, which is a bit of a stupid mistake, so I'm just going to take another one, making sure that you're perfectly lined up. There we go. And then to the bottom, like so. Edit, Copy Merged, Control D, and then Control V to paste that in. I'm just going to line it back up, like so. And then what we're going to do is, as you can't even see that now, but if we click in the area, because we are I'm just going to get rid of auto select, but we are on this selection here. I'm going to click, hold shift, and we're just going to drag that out. Don't drag it too far because you're going to get rid of that curved edge at the top. Just drag it so it just gets rid of that text and merges its way into place. Okay, so we're going to go back over the part where the name is and the subscribe button and obviously your logo. I'm going to hit Control V to paste another one in, and then I'm going to line it up like so. So that's perfectly done there. We're going to hit Control J, and that's going to duplicate that layer. I'm going to click down on it, hold shift, and then drag it over so it gets rid of the remainder part. So you can see now the whole top header bar is back to it like a default with nothing on it, like this one you see up here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to, again, because all these are different selections, we're going to click on the top one, click to the actual main part itself, and then we're going to right click and choose Merge Layers. Okay, so now we need to do the exact same process, but for the one below it that has the search bar on it, search bar, and obviously the featured feed and videos tabs. So we're going to zoom in, and we're going to grab that rectangular marquee tool again, and we're going to grab a big selection of the empty part, like so. Go to Edit, Copy Merged, Control D, and then Control V to paste that in, and then we're going to drag it so it goes over that search bar. Using your arrow keys, because as you can see I've taken a bit too much there, so I'm just going to press down. Sorry, that's not that. Press down, and then it's just going to move it into place so we get rid of that search bar itself. Okay. Back over to the featured feed and videos tab. I'm going to hit Control V, and we're just going to paste that into place as well. As you can see, I'm getting rid of that featured part, as you can see here, with this different effect going on. But it doesn't really matter because you won't be able to see that part when you come to upload it. So I'm just going to drag that into place like so, and that's that part done. Again, we're going to click on the top one, hold shift, click on the bottom, and we're going to merge those layers again, so it's just all one document, like so. Okay, so now this is quite an easy part. We're just going to create an actual rectangle over this whole image in the colour of this grey here. So if we click on our foreground layer and we get the eyedropper tool, and we'll just click on this grey, it should give us the gradient of DF, 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 DF. Okay, choose OK, and then we are just going to zoom in. The way I zoom in is by holding Alt down and then zooming in with my scroll wheel. Some people don't know that, so it's a little tip for you again if you didn't know that. Okay, so then we're just going to zoom, and this might take a bit of time, but the reason why we zoom in this far is because we can actually see what we are getting ourselves over. So as you can see, I've dragged myself from the top corner and I'm dragging myself down to the bottom. I've just left go there because we have it perfectly aligned onto the side. Actually, no we don't, that's a lie. So what we're going to do is we are going to get the selection tool, just zoom out a little bit, I'm a bit too far in zoomed again. Control T on this layer, and that's going to bring up the transform options. As you can see, I'm zooming in. We just need to snap that over the sides like so. Okay, so it's perfectly aligned on the top and the sides. So as you can see, I'm missing the bottom, so I'm going to click on the bottom part, hold shift, and then drag down until we snap over the bottom part. And then that's perfectly into place. We're going to hit the check tool, and we're just going to have a quick look. So as you can see, this side here just seems to be a little bit off. So we Control T. Just going to zoom out so we can find that point down here. And as you can see, I'm just off a little bit, so I'm going to hit hold shift and just drag that over. Hit the whatever that's called. And as you can see, that's perfectly aligned into place now. So that is how you create yourself a custom YouTube template for your channel. So as you can see with this one again, hold shift, merge those layers. So now you just have it as all one document, and now you can go and create some nice effects with gradients. I see a lot of people do like a gradient where they just go down. Sorry, on the wrong layer here. Where they just go down. The problem with these type of things is if someone has a really big screen resolution and they can see off the sides, like if for instance, let me just show you something quickly. Okay, so if I grab this rectangle marquee tool and then I just take a selection of here, say this is someone's screen size, and I do that gradient again inside of here, when someone views this on a bigger browser, they're just going to see this part cut off like so, and as you can see, it doesn't really look that very professional. So what I actually do is I create my gradient, I go up and choose the radial gradient, then I just drag down. So as you can see, I get an effect like so. Maybe not as much. Let's drag down about there. That's definitely not too much, sorry. Oh, like that's perfect. So as you can see, you have an actual gradient behind the document, but it's not going too far that it's going to overpower. So if someone actually has a screen size where it can see this, it fades in and looks quite professional and quite nice. And you can carry on the gradient going down, or you can try some of the other gradients to see what you come up with. So that's my custom YouTube layout tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to apologise again on this tutorial. My speeches, I'm trying to get back into it, so if it wasn't the best, just give me a give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. It doesn't matter. I accept your opinion. If you want to leave me a comment about the tutorial, go for it. And I hope you subscribe. There's gonna be a lot more tutorials on the way. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you.